Hi there. Thanks for stopping by. My name is Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up, and I've been a U.S. demonstrator for over 17 years. I'm so happy that you joined me today. I have such a cute Easter project to share with you. If you're coming back and watching another video, thank you so much. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would subscribe and then hit that bell so that you're notified when I load new videos. As I said, I have this really cute Easter project to share with you today. It is featuring our Springtime Joy set as well as our decorative masks. And the decorative masks are something that I think that can get looked over in the catalog, but they're really fun to work with. I actually did a series, a two-part series on my Facebook page this week. On Tuesday, I did 4 different backgrounds using the different masks, and let me show you those. So we have the polka dots, we have a very elegant scroll, if you will, and we have the trees. And then, of course, we have this decorative image that I'm going to use on our project today. They are in the catalog back with all of the accessories and embellishments. And you can use our blending brushes with them, right? You can use the sponges or the brayer, the foam brayer. Unfortunately, both the sponges and the foam brayer are on sale right now because they are retiring. Well, I know the sponge brayer is on sale at a discounted price, but both products are retiring. So if you think that's something that you want to add into your craft stash, if you don't already have them, or maybe you need more, then you want to make sure you grab them quickly. So the masks have 2 sides to them. One's a bit glossier. You can probably see the light reflecting off of that one. And then the other one is more of a matte side. And I tend to use the glossy side. I have my silicone pad here. One of the biggest tricks in using masks is that you don't want your cardstock to slip. So I just put a little bit of seal on there and I lay it down on my silicone pad because it will peel off of that, right? Glue doesn't stick to our silicone pad, but it will also hold it in place as I use the masks. So I'm going to layer this on top, and I kind of would like it to be straight. It's always the trick, right? And then I'm actually also going to bring in some washi tape because I want to anchor the mask as well, so that I'm confident that when I'm using the blending brush on this to add the color, it's not going to slip and slide on me. So we're just going to tape it down. And I actually do all 4 corners, making sure that it's all very secure. I don't know why I'm holding on to that little piece on my finger. Let's get rid of that. But if you haven't used the mask, there's so many different techniques you can do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to do another Tuesday tip next week on my Facebook page, showing some more ways that you can use the decorative masks. So you can check my Facebook page out. There's a link to it down in the comments underneath the video if you'd like to see that. Or if you'd like to go back and watch what I created with the other masks this past Tuesday. Okay, I guess next Tuesday's tomorrow, isn't it? I'm not even sure what day of the week it is sometimes. All right, we're going to use Pear Pizzaz to create our background. And while I do love our blending brushes, and I do think they're superior, they're on back order. And I haven't been able to get enough to be able to use the green inks. So I have one that I had before Stampin' Up introduced our brushes that I'm using on this project. And I'm just putting the Pear Pizzaz ink on the brush. And I start out soft. I don't want it to be real deep, the color, right? Because this is a spring Easter card. But I do want to make sure that we can see it on the background. So I'm going very light. And you can see by taping the mask and the cardstock down, I don't really have to worry about anything jumping around, the mask shifting, the cardstock slipping, right? And again, the silicone pad is the best last thing for that because nothing sticks. So we're going to lift 2 corners before we take the mask off just to make sure we're happy. And I am happy. This is a little lighter, but it's going to be covered up by our square, so we're going to let that just the way it is. Very cool pattern. Okay. All right, so then we're going to bring in the rest of our project pieces. And I'm starting with Highland Heather. That's a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock. I scored it 4 1/4. We're going to crease that with our bone folder. And now I'm going to add a little bit more seal to the back here so that I can attach that to our card front. Okay. I did go ahead and die cut my square, and I did realize, well, I actually designed the project before the retired list came out, but I'm using a lot of retiring staples. They're staples in my studio, right? So the stitch shapes, which you can see this is a well-loved and an older packaging, but stitch shapes are amazing. Those dies have the circles, the squares, and the ovals with the stitching. And my Easter eggs and my greeting came out of a Ranger Wreath. I had to take a moment of silence when I saw a Ranger Wreath was retiring because this is a phenomenal set. It carries you all through the year. Not only can you use it with the wreath images and the die cuts, there's 2 separate die cuts for the wreath, but you can do cards, you can do home decor with this. I'm really, really sad that we're losing this in our active arsenal. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it, but I won't certainly be able to use it as much as I had been in the past. All right, so we're going to come back with some Pool Party and some Pear Pizzaz. And I'm going to grab my blue blender. And you could use Balmy Blue or Pool Party to do your sky. And I want that to be soft as well. I do love these brushes. They are, those tiny little bristles are just fabulous. And again, I always tell my customers to start light because you can always go back and add color in if you want it to be a little darker, but you can't take it away, right? All right, so I think the sky is looking pretty good there. Just maybe a little bit more down at the bottom. And you can create ombre effects with these brushes. Lots of fun things you can do. But I do love how well they work with the stencils as well. All right. And then, now I just had that gold brush, right? You saw me using it to create the background, but it has wandered away. So I might have to take one of my other ones here. Oh, I found it. It went in the wrong tin. I have a couple tins that sit around my workspace, and yeah, I put it in the wrong one. All right, so let's get some grass on here. These are perfect spring colors. They're so light. There we go. We've got our background created. Now, Springtime Joy, right, is one of the 2 Easter sets in the current mini catalog. It's so cute. The bunny, the little chick, the lamb, basket. I do a Freebie Friday tutorial every week. And I've been featuring this a couple of times lately because it's just so cute. And we're running out of time for Easter, right? So I did go ahead and stamp the little lamb. Now there are no dies for this, so I have fussy cut. And we're going to bring in a whole bunch of our blends to add some color to the little lamb. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the leaves, and I am using the dark soft sea foam. We don't have a Pear Pizzaz blend, which is what I would have chosen if it were available to us, but the soft sea foam worked, I think. There we go. And we're going to do some dark Mango Melody, yet another retiring product. That one made me sad too, because I use Mango Melody a lot. Mango Melody and Rich Razzleberry blends are retiring if you haven't seen that on the list. There was just those two blend colors. I'm not sure what caused them to eliminate them. I do think that Mango Melody is distinctive enough that it did stand as a separate color. Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss, they're close enough that I think you can get away with using, oops, wrong end. I like to use the bullet point when I'm doing fine detail, unless I'm really going into a narrow space, and then I use my brush tip. Okay, so we've got Dark Flirty Flamingo, we have Light Highland Heather, and the Dark Mango Melody in there, and I'm going to come back in with some Dark So Saffron in the center of the Highland Heather and the Flirty Flamingo, and then we're going to put some Light Flirty Flamingo in the center of the Mango Melody. The centers are probably hard to see because they're very, very tiny. And then we're going to use just a little bit of the Light Smoky Slate to accent, right? And I love that the accent lines are on the stamps for us. So many of our stamps now provide that, which makes it so easy to add a little bit of artistic flair to that. Okay, and I should have one more blend in here somewhere. Oh, yep, I do. And I'm using the light basic black. I had to laugh when we came out with the basic black, light and dark. I'm like, black, right? But not so much. Sometimes you can absolutely see a differentiation between those. So there's our little lamb. And let's put it in the right orientation. We're going to put her on there. And then I did go ahead and stamp and pre-cut the Easter eggs. Right? So we have the three colors is Crushed Curry, Coastal Cabana, and Flirty Flamingo. And if I can find my glue dots, here we go. Those are very small pieces, and sometimes our seal does not necessarily enjoy going in small locations. So I'm just going to use a couple of the glue dots to put our pieces together. And that gives me the option here to slide. You could also use the Tombow liquid glue if you wanted to do that. But we want to fill this area in down here, so we need one more for the crushed curry egg in the back center. Even my fingers don't want to pick up those little pieces. The really nice thing about the Easter eggs in the Arranger Wreath is that there's two eggs on the same stamp, and the die cuts them both out at the same time. So I just cut one, or stamped one set in the three colors, and then I just had the alternates, right? So there's our Easter eggs. And you could absolutely use the little Easter basket in this set, whatever you wanted to do. And then I'm going to slide her in right under that pink one. I just used seal on this. But Easter's coming. It's definitely time to be getting our Easter cards ready to go. How cute is she, right? And then we're going to mount her on just a hand-cut square. Well, I used the trimmer, but didn't use a die. to cut that. Get her centered on there. Bring in our card base. Then we're going to grab the double oval punch that is also in the mini catalog. That's been on back order for quite a while. Grab my Happy Easter greeting. Again, that is from Arrange a Wreath. And I've got some scrap here. We're going to stamp that and punch that out. Stamping that in Flirty Flamingo. Hoping that I stamped it far enough to the left. And I did. And I've got some Highland Heather scrap. We'll pop that out. And we'll mount those together. And then there's a little bit of a trick when we put this on our card, because, of course, this is going to be, well, hello, that didn't stick at all, did it? Let's see if I can put some seal on there. There is a glue dot there. I see it and I feel it. But we'll try that again. There we go. So when I mount this, you'll see that this side is higher because we have the extra layers there. So we're going to put seal on the back of the left side, and on the right side, I'm just going to put a dimensional. Okay. And that will give me an even level greeting rather than having it kind of dip down off the side there. There we go. And then for the inside, I have the little butterfly from Springtime Joy, which we're going to stamp beside the greeting. And I'm using the greeting from Springtime Joy as well, which is Easter is a lovely reminder of new beginnings. And you know what? I think I'm going to do that in the Flirty Flamingo as well. Do you ever turn your cardstock the wrong way when you get your card done and you're doing the inside of your card, and then all of a sudden you change the orientation? I've done that a time or two. You get so excited that you're finishing the card that you kind of forget which way you wanted it to go. Oh, we're going to flip that over. That didn't work well, did it? All right, so we'll try that again. And I, of course, always use my grid paper to line things up. I'm not sure I could stamp without my grid paper, actually. Get my butterfly in the right orient. You know what? I'm going to clean him real quick because I did see that I had a bit of a halo when I stamped this. There we go. That's much better. And we're going to color him with the So Saffron and the Mango Melody. And because Mango's darker, I'm not going to worry so much if I go over those little dots. We're going to come back and go back over that with the Mango. And there we go. And no one will ever know we made that mistake because it's going to be hidden on the inside of the card. Okay, so there we have our cute little Easter card. Didn't take much time to do, but of course I had done a lot of the die cutting beforehand. The masks are beautiful. This one's a little darker, this one's a little lighter. I like them both, so I think that's very cool. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing that card. Let me show you the other ones that I made. This one was done with the tree mask, and of course, back on your feet stamp set. And this one was done with the Fine Art Floral, right? See if I can get them all on here for you. We did a birthday bear. This is the ice cream punch. Just the scoop is turned upside down, freehanded his face with the cinnamon cider marker on Stampin' Write marker on the cinnamon cider cardstock, and then used the cone, trimmed a little bit off the base to make the hat a little shorter. And then I used the Artesian Bloom sequins, which I absolutely love. But you can see on this mask, we did 3 different colors when we added the color with the mask and the blending brush. And then this was the last one, another one from Fine Art Floral. And here, I don't know if you can see it, I actually took a Versamark pad and pressed it down through the mask so that I could put some heat and stick powder on there, and then I did the gilded leafing for the background, as well as added a layer of it onto the flower head. So again, you can see that, and you can see all the details on that on my Facebook page if you're interested. Again, that link will be down below. But thanks so much for stopping by. If you don't have a demonstrator in the US that you're currently working with, I'd love to help you on your stamping journey. You can reach out to me. The new catalogs are coming out soon. And if you need a demonstrator to order through, right here's my website. And this is my current hostess code. So all orders of 35 or more get entered into a drawing each month for some happy mail from me. And of course, if it's your first time ordering with me, you also will get a welcome bonus. So thanks so much for stopping by again. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let me know where you're watching from. Leave me a comment, and I'll be back next Monday with another Make It Monday. Have a great week. Bye.